What's happening, fight fans around the world? I know how y'all are. I know y'all enjoy this thing of boxing. I know we play games and people have their issues and people have opinions. It's cool too. I got opinions and I'm allowed to say my opinions or speak my opinions. And if somebody was trying to send me a subliminal message, it worked because if you want to prove that you're better than me, I'm always ready. Wide open, ready to go. It's called.
Career, he's really been hurt. He's gone down before one time, but there was a perfect left hand. Roy never saw it coming. Roy is out, and Roy may be out of boxing.
And that's why Tarver wanted to be the counterpuncher, because he answered Roy's right hand.
Floyd Mayweather has fired back after Roy Jones Jr. suggested the two should settle things inside the ring. The exchange followed Jones' recent appearance on the ATS Fight podcast, where he shared his belief that Sugar Ray Leonard would come out on top in a hypothetical bout against Mayweather. According to Jones, Leonard's attacking style and relentless mindset would have posed serious problems for Floyd. He emphasized that Leonard was far more intense than many fans realize, explaining that despite his polished image and smooth nickname, Leonard competed with a ruthless streak. In Jones' view, Leonard brought a level of grit and aggression that he doesn't believe Mayweather displayed in the same way. Those remarks quickly gained traction across the boxing community, prompting Mayweather to publicly address the criticism.
Floyd Mayweather were to fight, and I must say Roy Jones is my favorite fighter ever. He's my favorite fighter ever. You guys know I was a huge fanboy and all those things. I've said it repeatedly. But if they were to fight, I'll be rooting on Floyd Mayweather, man. I can't listen. Regardless of how many times I've criticized Floyd and his career or whatever, Tim T has always shown me love, man. Floyd Mayweather showed me love.
Mayweather did not respond through an interview or press release. Instead,
rather than issuing a statement to the media, Mayweather chose a different route. He uploaded a wordless video that did the talking for him. The clip highlighted several of Roy Jones Jr.'s most difficult moments in the ring, including knockout defeats to Antonio Tarver, Glenn Johnson, Danny Green, and Enzo Maccarinelli. Once those scenes played out, the tone shifted. The footage transitioned to flashes of Mayweather's high-end lifestyle, luxury vehicles, private jets, expensive jewelry, and glimpses of his success outside the ring. The editing followed a deliberate pattern, first revisiting Jones' setbacks, then showcasing Floyd's unbeaten career and financial achievements. There was no caption explaining the intent, but the contrast was obvious. Without saying a single word, Mayweather delivered his response to Jones' criticism.
Musty energy.
Lord child, the man Floyd Money Mayweather is watching video of Roy Jones getting knocked out. Yeah, man. Roy Jones absolutely getting cooked. And all this is because Floyd Money Mayweather is upset at Roy Jones Jr. for Roy saying that Floyd could not beat a prime Sugar Ray Leonard. Lord child.
Shortly after, reports surfaced that Mayweather had privately told his team.
Not long after the video circulated, new reports indicated that Mayweather had spoken privately with his team about the possibility of stepping into the ring with Roy Jones Jr. in an exhibition bout. The idea suggested a move beyond subtle responses and toward a direct confrontation. People close to Mayweather say he is open to the matchup under exhibition rules, though nothing has been formally announced. While negotiations have not been made public, insiders describe the talks as legitimate rather than casual speculation. Jones, for his part, welcomed the idea. He stated that he would be ready to face Mayweather at any time. At the same time, he challenged Floyd's intentions, questioning whether the undefeated star truly wanted to compete or was content with sending carefully edited videos. According to Jones, if Mayweather wants to settle the debate, the ring is the only place to do it.
So that I think, oh, he the greatest fighter all the time? Nah. Chavez was 80-0 at one point. 80. He could have retired at 80-0. You go ever top that? No. He just didn't stop, right? You got to 50 and you stopped because of Rocky Marciano.
Right.
So Rocky died. If he wouldn't die, he probably would have kept going too. So and then at the end, you fight a guy that's 0-0 for number 50. How can I respect
The ongoing exchange between the two legends has sparked fresh conversations about how each man's career should be judged. Roy Jones Jr. was once viewed as the most naturally gifted fighter of his era. He captured championships across multiple divisions, ranging from middleweight all the way to heavyweight, an achievement few boxers can claim. In his prime, his reflexes, speed, and unconventional style made him seem almost unbeatable. However, after moving up to heavyweight and later dropping back down to light heavyweight, his dominance began to fade. He continued fighting longer than many believed he should have, absorbing punishment and suffering several notable knockout defeats. While his resume remains impressive, those late career setbacks have influenced how some fans assess his legacy. Mayweather's path unfolded very differently. He built his career with precision and control, retiring with a flawless 50-0 record. He dictated terms in negotiations, chose opponents strategically, and protected both his health and his brand. Supporters see this as smart career management. Critics argue that he minimized danger and faced certain rivals when they were no longer at their peak. Despite the criticism, Mayweather defeated every opponent placed in front of him and maintained a defensive mastery that allowed him to compete at the highest level for roughly 20 years without taking sustained damage. The disagreement between Jones and Mayweather goes beyond a hypothetical matchup involving Sugar Ray Leonard. It highlights contrasting philosophies about greatness in boxing. Jones values daring challenges and believes legacy is built by facing elite competition head-on, even if that means risking defeat. He often references Leonard's willingness to fight legends such as Marvin Hagler, Thomas Hearns, and Roberto Duran. Leonard did not retire undefeated, but he tested himself repeatedly against the very best. Mayweather sees it differently. To him, greatness is defined by consistent victory, longevity, and dominance without blemishes on the record. He points to his wins over Manny Pacquiao, Canelo Alvarez, Oscar de la Hoya, and Shane Mosley as evidence that he competed against top-tier talent. In his view, he faced the strongest available opponents during his era and balanced elite skill with smart business decisions better than anyone before him. Ultimately, this debate isn't just personal, it's philosophical. It asks a bigger question: is greatness about daring risks and unforgettable wars, or is it about precision, discipline, and finishing undefeated?
Watching him fight is not because he's like Mike Tyson, just goes out and destroys people. They like watching him fight because they hate him. Because he talks so much shit, and he's like, look at my $1 million watch, look at my fucking jet, look at my house, look at this. He's like constantly showing you all these things that he has. Like he'll lay out watches in a hotel bed, like this is $1 million worth of watches. This watch goes for $2 million. And they're like, this is my small watch that I take sometimes, but when I'll show you, when I'll show up, I bring out the big boy and it brings out this watch that's covered in diamonds. It's like $5 million. And so you hate him.
This isn't the first time the two Hall of Famers have exchanged indirect shots. Back in 2018, Roy Jones Jr. voiced similar opinions, arguing that Mayweather should not be labeled the greatest of all time. He even suggested that his own peak years were more dominant and exciting. Jones acknowledged Floyd's financial success but questioned whether that alone translated to boxing superiority. Mayweather didn't publicly engage with those remarks at the time, though it's reasonable to assume he took note of them. The recent praise of Sugar Ray Leonard over Floyd wasn't a one-off comment. It fit into a broader pattern of criticism Jones has expressed over the years. The difference now is that Mayweather decided not to stay silent. After Floyd released the video response, boxing media quickly weighed in. Some commentators described the move as icy and strategic. Others labeled it disrespectful, yet admitted it achieved its purpose. Publications such as Boxing News 24 characterized the post as controversial but impactful. Fan reactions were split. Supporters of Mayweather argued that Jones initiated the exchange and shouldn't be surprised by the rebuttal. Critics, however, felt that highlighting a fellow legend's knockout losses crossed a line. Across social platforms, opinions ranged from calling the response entertaining and very on brand for Floyd, to saying it showed a lack of respect between great champions.
Why is the money so important? Why do you always come back to the dollars? People want to know.
Why not? I mean, everything you got on costs money. You can't take your wife on a date for free.
Is that how you measure your success?
No. Me, I'm loyal and honest, and I'm a good person, and I call a spade a spade. Money don't make me, I make money. And without money, I'd be the same person. I fought so many fights for free.
Jake Paul also weighed in on the debate. He offered a balanced take, saying that Roy Jones Jr. may have had the more explosive peak, but Mayweather showed greater long-term consistency. According to Paul, Floyd's ability to protect himself and avoid unnecessary punishment played a major role in preserving his career, while Jones' willingness to take chances ultimately shortened his dominance. Although Jake Paul isn't widely regarded as a traditional boxing expert, his voice carries weight with a younger audience. His involvement helped amplify the conversation and brought additional attention to the ongoing rivalry that in the aftermath of Mayweather's video. Speculation about a possible exhibition bout between the two legends began to build. Both fighters are already familiar with that format. Mayweather has participated in several exhibition matches, including appearances against Logan Paul, John Gotti III, and Tenshin Nasukawa. For Floyd, these events represent lucrative opportunities with limited physical risk. Jones has experience in that arena as well. In 2020, he faced Mike Tyson in a highly publicized exhibition that lasted all 8 rounds. While no official winner was declared, the event drew massive viewership and proved there is still strong interest in seeing former champions share the ring.
Why not Floyd Mayweather? Why isn't he in the top 5?
Floyd Mayweather, he's running the whole 12 rounds and he won the fight.
Manny, who are the top 5 fighters you ever fought, you think?
Morales, Marquez, De La Hoya, Cotto, whatever.
If Mayweather and Jones were to meet in an exhibition, it likely wouldn't be viewed as a truly competitive matchup. The two built their careers in different weight divisions and have aged differently since retiring. Mayweather has maintained a leaner frame and appears to have preserved his conditioning, while Jones has added size over the years and doesn't move with the same speed he once had. Still, competitiveness wouldn't be the main selling point. An event like this would center more on legacy, ego, and spectacle than on rankings or titles. It would tap into nostalgia and long-standing debates about greatness. From a business standpoint, it would almost certainly generate significant revenue. Curiosity alone would draw attention, and both men still command loyal fan bases willing to purchase a pay-per-view event. Whether or not it delivers high-level action, the commercial appeal is undeniable.
No, we did 2 different things. He was a social media blowout. He blew it away. You feel me? And that fit his character because he could do it.
At this point, nothing has been finalized. There's no confirmed date and no signed agreement, even though both camps have shown openness to the idea. If it does move forward, the bout would almost certainly follow standard exhibition guidelines: shorter rounds, modified rules, and no official decision, all designed to reduce risk even within that format. However, it would stand out from Mayweather's previous exhibitions. Unlike some of his past opponents, Roy Jones Jr. is a certified Hall of Famer and a former pound-for-pound king. That alone would give the event added credibility and historical weight. The promotional build-up would likely focus on their contrasting career paths, their differing views on greatness, and the tension that has developed between them. Privately, both teams are closely monitoring public reaction. If fan interest continues to build, the chances of the event materializing increase significantly. Mayweather's camp has consistently prioritized spectacles that capture headlines and generate conversation. The viral response to his recent video suggests this matchup could accomplish exactly that. Jones has made it clear he's willing, provided Floyd is genuinely committed. For now, discussions remain ongoing, but the door is clearly open.
I would not be able to take credit for beating Pacquiao after he got knocked out by Marquez because that's not the same Pacquiao.
Of course.
That's not the Pacquiao at the top of his game.
Yeah, of course.
But in society today, we'll call that person the best fighter ever.
Of course.
With that background in mind, the recent exchange takes on a different meaning. Mayweather's choice to answer with a wordless montage of Jones' knockout defeats didn't feel random or impulsive. Instead, it came across as a delayed response, the result of years of subtle criticism finally being addressed. By revisiting those losses, Floyd appeared to be keeping score. Each time Jones questioned his standing in boxing history, it seems Mayweather took note. Rather than firing back immediately in past interviews, he waited. When he finally responded, he did so in a way that required no explanation. The presentation itself added intrigue. Mayweather didn't directly mention Jones or attach a caption calling him out. He uploaded the footage through Fight Hype, a platform he frequently uses to communicate indirectly. After the knockout clips, the video transitioned into scenes of his lavish lifestyle, exotic cars, yachts, designer watches, and high-end properties, reinforcing the contrast without spelling it out. Media outlets quickly reacted. TalkSport described the move as icy and ambiguous, leaving fans debating whether Floyd was simply provoking Jones or quietly building anticipation for a future showdown. Boxing News 24 criticized the tactic, arguing that it felt beneath someone who has long promoted himself as disciplined and business-minded to at the same time. Many observers felt the post was quintessential Mayweather, strategic, attention-grabbing, and impossible to overlook.
We stood for two different things. He was a social media blowout. He blew it away. You feel me? And that fit his character because he could do that, and do things the way he did it. He was smarter. I wanted to play King of the Hill. He didn't care to play King of the Hill. He wanted to play King of the Field,
course,
which he did.
Adding another layer to the saga was that Roy Jones Jr. didn't remain quiet. Once the video began circulating, he took to social media to respond, essentially challenging Floyd once more. Jones insisted that Mayweather had to prove his superiority in the ring rather than through clips, that he didn't retract his earlier praise of Sugar Ray Leonard. In fact, he reinforced it. Jones framed Floyd's silent montage not as a clever rebuttal, but as an overblown reaction. He stressed that true greatness can't be measured solely by an undefeated record, especially if it comes from avoiding meaningful risks.
If you haven't understood how I believe Devin Haney is more of a GOAT than Floyd Mayweather, I'll break it down one more time. Floyd Joy Mayweather Jr. at 25 had 29 wins, no losses. Devin Haney at 25 has 31 losses. Which one is more? It's a basic numbers game. I don't care if you're a Floyd fan, if you're a Devin Haney fan, it's a basic numbers game. So break it down. That's 2 more. Devin Haney wins that.
At the heart of the disagreement is a deeper debate over what defines true greatness in boxing. Roy Jones Jr. embodies the philosophy that values daring moves, moving up in weight, highlight reel knockouts, and taking memorable risks. Over his career, he captured championships across multiple divisions, including a landmark WBA heavyweight title when he defeated John Ruiz. Jones never focused solely on preserving an unblemished record. Instead, he chased significant, career-defining moments, even if that meant suffering defeats later on. His stance has always been that greatness is earned by embracing challenges and pursuing a lasting legacy, not just by avoiding loss.